Welcome to this episode of Star Wars Declassified, where we look into different facts and stories revolving around the Star Wars canon universe and lore. In this episode of Star Wars Declassified, we'll be looking into as to why the large Imperial Star Destroyer fleet stationed at the Battle of Endor did not engage with the weakened Rebel fleet after the destruction of the second Death Star, as if it would, based on numbers alone, it would have surely won. The answer to this question is not a surprising one, especially if you take a look at the leftover Imperial commanding authority, as after losing the second Death Star, their leadership in Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader, along with any other high-ranking personnel like Admiral Piet at the Battle of Endor, the Empire did not really have anyone capable of strong, efficient, and intelligent leadership. Most of the officers left were either old and incompetent, or young and inexperienced, which honestly shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Seeing different examples of Imperial incompetence is very easy to spot in media like Star Wars Rebels, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, and even the original trilogy. Thus, it's no surprise to learn that once the second Death Star blew up, and the realization that their almighty Emperor was gone along with it, which left the remaining Imperial officers flabbergasted at what they had witnessed, as even the highest ranking officer remaining alive in the battle, Rey Sloane, panicked and ordered all the captains of the fleet to recall their TIE fighters back into their Star Destroyers and to retreat to the unused system, as even though had they stayed to fight, they would have surely defeated the rebellion there and then, and severely crippled the start of the New Republic's formation. However, there were some positives in Rey Sloane's decision to run away. As a result, the Imperials were able to process on what had happened, then begun to take measures figuring out on what the Empire's next steps forward would be. But this did take some time, as we have to remember, the Empire were so overly confident that they would have never believed the Rebels would have stood a chance to actually do anything due to Emperor Palpatine's apparent foolproof plan. Now, as for what happened when the Star Destroyer fleet at Endor had fled, and leaving such a sizable remainder of the Rebel fleet intact, things got only better for the rebellion, as seen with the ending in Return of the Jedi. It shows the whole galaxy celebrating the death of Emperor Palpatine and the Imperial loss at Endor. As a result, the rebellion got a lot more popular with a ton of new support after that, and many more systems would join them in revolting against the remains of the Empire. That, plus a power vacuum within the Empire, with no clear leadership and plenty of infighting, meant that the rebels could establish themselves as the appropriate government, and the Empire losing any support or legitimacy it once had before. And that'll do it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and share it, along with subscribing to the channel to not only support it, but keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars related content. And if you want to support the channel, do check out our Patreon page. Along if you still want to continue the conversation, join us on the official Silo Discord server. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.